It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run again with Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And that is incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Reynolds flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 23.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. The Seahawks at 11-3 on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now because, to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Harris running straight ahead. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down. Reynolds. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it. It helped pop that ball free.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's brought in by Harris. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Back to throw again. And he'll just get rid of it.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When those extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a scoreless game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Well, this defense for the Rams, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To throw on 3rd down. Lacey going deep for Walker. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker with career touchdown number 163. That moves him past LT and into 3rd place all time. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Reynolds buying time to his left. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Lacey, flush to his right. That is caught by Lamb. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's a gain of 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
That's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he's got his big tight end here.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to count down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On 3rd down, Reynolds. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taken from just outside the 30. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing on first down. Lacey escaping the pressure right. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Off-play action. Lacey rolling to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is the tight end Fant. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. They'll look to throw again. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks take a 3-touchdown lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off, and with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those, but 3rd down coming up. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Reynolds. He gets it complete to Harris. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Matt Araiza now on to punt this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, it might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Back to Walker on first down. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 53 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Option play, and they'll give to Walker. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, it's Walker. About 3 yards there to the 27. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Running left is Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Again, it's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Seahawks continue to pull away here in this first half. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Off the play fake. Reynolds. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's Matt Araiza now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try for the first with Walker. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
The Seahawks send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the 3rd phase, but you see here it can be the 1st phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Fire's the mic. Fire's the mic. We go.
To throw on 3rd down, Reynolds. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Here comes the Rams punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Check 52.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Able to slither by. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 113 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into his ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Check, check.
They run again with Walker. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. A gear for Walker running right.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Straight ahead, Walt. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. The 20. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. That one may not cost him in the end, but still, obviously something the coach wants to avoid.
Oh, without a doubt. It won't cost the team because of where they are on the scoreboard, but it will cost the player who gave up the football.
Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll run the toss to Walker. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
You ain't doing nothing today. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Shoot.
And Walker once more. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now a handoff, Edwards. And he gets it down to the 32. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still playing.
On the draw is Edwards. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Trying to left side with Walker. Oh, look at the juke. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 159 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. Okay, so the personal foul penalty. And those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Off play action. Reynolds sliding out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Rams on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Take 4.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Go. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Running right, here's Walker. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And they snap him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Shifts by him. Again with a juke. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. So the victory here for Seattle. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.